Speed or aesthetic? The age-old question. You have to ask yourself, do you want your art to be efficiency or do you want your art to be beauty? Every plumber's gonna have to eventually decide. Dad and I couldn't be more different in this regard. Dad's goal is to produce shine pipes. Why? Me, on the other hand, function is of the utmost importance and form is a salivating bonus. In this video, I'm going to show you the steps for aesthetic. First thing you need to do is draw some straight lines. Lasers are perfect for this. They level on their own, making straight lines an absolute breeze to put in. After figuring out how your pipes are going to run, the first thing you need to focus on is to set the hangers, clips, or supports. Remember, the pipes follow these foundations, so if they are crooked, your pipes will be crooked as well. The next thing we need to talk about is spread. Spread is the distance between the two pipes. And to make this installation as attractive as possible, our aim is to keep the same spread throughout the entire way. As you can see, setting up the clips is a mission in and of itself, but the thing you must remember is that once all the clips are in, everything becomes substantially easier. All pipes can be hung and soldered. So take your time to set them in correctly. It's worth its weight in gold, I promise you that. These details are going to make all the difference in the world, so be patient and get it all done. It's at this point we need to talk about shining. Shining is what's going to set our new pipes apart from the old ones. We're going to make them sparkle like diamonds, and for that we need our trusty steel wool sitting at our side. I would be lying if I said this didn't take time. The length of time depends on how old or new your pipes look, which leads us to the actual debate of speed or aesthetic. These are the hardest questions we're going to need to answer. Who is paying for your time when you're shining the pipe? Is it worth it for the customer? Is it worth it for yourself? And here are the factors we need to remember in order to put this entire concept into perspective. If you quote a job without factoring in shining, the shining actually comes out of your profits. The longer you take to get a job done, the less money you're making on an hour-to-hour basis. But if you're charging time and material, it comes out of the customer's pocket, and that's where the conflict sets in. Is it fair to take time to shine the pipe, or is it taking advantage of the customer's wallet? This is why when we work off a quote, I shine to my heart's content, but when we work time and material, I don't. Unless I know the customer's going to love it, I always try to shine on my own dollar. What we have to remember is one of the most difficult things to measure is how many times did you make a name for yourself? How many times did you get a call back? How many times did you get a referral because of how high-end your aesthetic actually is? That's the sort of data that's difficult to find, but my gut is telling me that there are a lot of customers out there that pay top dollar because of a high-end aesthetic, which is why you have high-end plumbers and not so high-end plumbers. And because of those factors, I'm stubborn and I continue to try to progress my aesthetic aesthetic on a year-to-year basis so that one day if I come to a shower control valve that's high-end, I also know that I have the ability to install it as flush and square as I need to. Do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe down below, and let's go do some delicious plumbing. The hardest part of this process is going to be soldering, and for this you're going to need something similar to a heat shield. Because our pipes are mounted to the wall, we need a way of protecting them. This flame retardant cloth is the way I do it. Now, it's not perfect. If you put a flame directly onto it, it's still possible to burn the wall. So you have to make sure that the majority of the flame goes on the pipe and not the cloth itself. The second strategy you have to employ is to clean your paste off before soldering. The solder will follow the paste wherever it goes, so if you don't want a runny finish, clean before and after. The other major tip I can provide is to feed the solder from the angle people can't see it. In other words, as you're heating up your pipe, feed the solder into the area of the fitting that is closest to the wall. Soldering is a skill that has taken me years to hone, and the truth is it's easier to get it wrong than right. You have to understand temperature, placement, amount of solder to feed, etc. Remember, a good rule to follow is to feed the same length of solder as the diameter of the pipe. If you're soldering 1/2 inch, you need approximately 1/2 inch of solder to seal the joint. Now it's at this point that I break my rule of keeping the spread between the pipes throughout. The reason is because I turned the water off to the house at this point and I didn't want to prolong this process. If I had all the time I wanted, I would have added 4 fittings, 3 90s and 1 45. But that's how the cookie crumbles. We strive for better in the future, but be proud of the work that we've done in the past. If you haven't already, peeps, please hit that subscribe button down below and smash that like button. It really helps me know what kind of content you want me to put out for you. Leave a comment down below and enjoy the rest of the vlog.